Hello and welcome to Your Learning Zone, the online learning network for children's nutrition with Grub for Life. This is part 3 of the course, Healthy Eating for Toddlers. We'll summarise part 1 and 2 of the course you've taken so far, and as before, you can stop and start the training video whenever you like. There are questions to answer at the end, which will help you check that you've understood the key points in the module. So let's remind ourselves of the key points that we learned in part 1. We looked at the nutritional requirements needed by toddlers. This is the time when toddlers have rapid growth and development. They need much higher intake of vitamins and minerals and the all-important A and D vitamins. And thinking of the amount of energy burned up by a toddler, well, they need far more calories in every mouthful of food than adults. A toddler needs around 3 times the number of calories or energy than adults. And what to watch out for? Well, harmful foods come in many different forms. Salt, the silent killer for toddlers' tiny kidneys. Avoid drinks with artificial sweeteners. They are not recommended for young children. Added to that list, raw or partially cooked eggs and raw shellfish, and some large fish which might contain traces of mercury. Whole nuts and peanuts because of allergies. That way you'll reduce the risk of food poisoning, allergic reactions, contamination and choking. These are the principles of healthy, nutritious eating. Now, unlike adults, toddlers need a diet of high fat and low fibre, ensuring nutrients are regular throughout the day, and 3 meals a day with 2 snacks should do all of this. We need to give our toddlers a variety of nutrients for healthy growth and development and to support their immune system. That includes fat, protein and carbohydrates, vitamins A, C, D, E and K. And as we said before, eating all food groups will provide the necessary nutrients a child needs. So, in part 1, we learned what a toddler needs for good nutrition, which foods are harmful, and which foods we need to underpin our child's diet. And as well as your vital checklist of the combination of food groups, which vitamins are important, and how eating all food groups should make sure your toddler eats safely. Now, moving on from food, part 2 covered nutrition issues for liquids and settings. We looked at the important role that milk plays in a healthy diet. The key takeaway points here are that after 1, toddlers should be relying less on milk as part of their diet. And after that age, don't use bottles, use cups. And after 2, toddlers may switch to semi-skimmed milk, but never give an under 5 skimmed milk, ever. So that's milk. Then we looked at other drinks for toddlers. Toddlers need a lot of hydration. 6 to 8 drinks a day is normal, not forgetting that fruit juice must be diluted. And never give tea or coffee to kiddies under 5. The scientific reason for this is that the tannins and polyphenols in the tea or coffee actually stop your child from absorbing iron. So we've talked about what food and drinks to give our toddlers. Now let's look at how they're being served. Whatever you do, children will copy it, so make sure you set a good example. Eating together is the best opportunity to check how your children are eating and also when you can help them overcome any issues. So, talk about what you're eating and never overreact if a child doesn't want to eat. You'll only associate whichever foodstuffs with negative attributes. And that's not helpful. And how often should children be eating and drinking? It's important to make sure that your toddlers have regular meals and snack times. It builds up a pattern for your toddler's day. When putting together your menu, make sure that there are sweet and savoury options, and never let a parent tell you that puddings aren't important. They're your opportunity to get milk and fruit into your child's diet. And finally, like adults, toddlers will develop their own likes and dislikes. Respect their preferences, But don't pander. Some foodstuffs need to be presented 13 times before a child realises that you're not trying to poison them with broccoli. So, Part 2 provides you with the information to help you plan your toddler's menu, ensuring it's as nutritious and hopefully fuss-free as possible. In Parts 1 and 2, you are asked to answer a variety of questions to test your understanding of the training points. Now, as we conclude the 3 parts of Healthy Eating for Toddlers training program, we hope you'll get a 100% score in the following question time. Toddlers need more calories per kilogram of their body weight every day. But by how much? Is it 35 kilocalories per kilogram of their body weight? 65 kilocalories per kilogram of their body weight? Or is it 95 kilocalories per kilogram of their body weight? 35, 65, or 95? And the answer is 95 kilocalories per kilogram of your toddler's body weight. You're responsible for your toddler at a time in their lives when they have rapid growth and development. They need far more calories in every mouthful, around 3 times the number of calories than adults. Next question. We've recognised the need to supplement vitamins for a toddler. But which vitamins need to be supplemented most? Are they vitamin B6 and B12, vitamin A and D, or vitamin E and K? That's vitamin B6 and B12, A and D, or E and K. And the answer is vitamin A and D. Yes, children under the age of 5 should be given a daily vitamin A and D supplement. Some families are eligible for free vitamin drops, but the drops are also widely available at supermarkets and pharmacies. Next question. Yes, salt for under 5s. Why is too much salt harmful to toddlers? Is it because it increases their risk of anemia, it increases their risk of rickets, or it increases their risk of high blood pressure? That's risk of anemia, risk of rickets, risk of high blood pressure. And the answer is, it increases your toddler's risk of high blood pressure. We never recommend any foods high in salt. Your toddler's tiny kidneys can't cope with salt. And just think, 1 packet of crisps alone contains more than half a toddler's daily allowance. Next question. After about 1 year of age, toddlers rely less on milk for their nutrition. But at what age could you start serving semi-skim milk to toddlers who are good eaters? Is it 1 year, 18 months, or 2 years? At what age could you start serving toddlers who are good eaters semi-skim milk? 1 year, 18 months, or 2 years? And the answer is 2 years. Yes, after 2, toddlers who are eating well can switch to semi-skimmed milk. But make a note that skimmed milk should never be used for children under 5 at all. Next question. Toddlers need at least 6 to 8 drinks a day. Milk and water are the preferred usual drinks, but what is the correct concentration with water to serve toddlers fruit juice? Is it 1 part juice to 2 parts water, 1 part juice to 10 parts water, or 1 part juice to 15 part water? That's 1 part juice to 2, 1 part juice to 10, or 1 part juice to 15 parts water? And the answer is yes. You can serve diluted fruit juice in a concentration of 1 part juice to 10 parts water. But tea and coffee should never be served to children under 5. Next question. For some of the children you care for, the meals that they eat with you may be the only time they eat socially. So during meal times, what is the most important thing to remember when eating with toddlers? Is it to eat together at a table? talk about the food you're eating, or not to overreact when toddlers refuse to eat. So that's eating together at a table, talking about the food you're eating, and not overreacting when toddlers refuse to eat. And the answer is yes, of course, all three. These will all contribute to a happy mealtime. The mealtime atmosphere is just as important as the nutritional quality of the food you serve. So all three, eat together at a table, talk about the food you're eating, and never overreact when toddlers refuse to eat. So, if you've answered all those questions correctly, you have now passed the Healthy Eating 3-part training program from Grub for Life. For more information and a list of further training modules, please go to our website www.grubforlife.org.uk, or to contact our team, please email feedback@grubforlife.com. Yes, that's right. The website is .org.uk and the email is .com. YourLearningZone.tv from Grub for Life, your learning partner.